Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I have to hug this man. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, one of our directors at Hilaal TV, Mr. Yusuf, Mohamed, also CEO of Islamic Relief. Yusuf, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Mohammed. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, shukr, alhamdulillah. So nice to see you.
Great to see you as well.
The question on everyone's minds, I'm not going to even ask anything else, is let's talk about the crisis that we have on our hands in Palestine. Can you just elaborate with the viewers in terms of what exactly the latest is on the ground and how anyone can assist, inshallah?
Okay. As you've seen last week, Brother Mohammed, alhamdulillah, Hilaal TV partnered with Islamic Relief to give our community daily updates of what was happening. The crisis at the moment is really unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this, witnessed anything like this before. Even the people in Gaza themselves, we know, they've been going through the last 17 years of blockade, and the crisis in Gaza has been ongoing, and this is something that we have to keep in our minds, that this is nothing new. The mainstream media, and alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for channels like Hilaal TV that give the alternate voice for the marginalized communities. Really, the mainstream media is pushing a narrative that this crisis started on the 7th of October. We must remember it never started then. It started 75 years ago with an occupation that has only become more and more brutal as the years have passed. The siege on Gaza in particular, it's such an inhumane siege, contravening all international law and humanitarian law. People are blockaded, shut off from the world by land, air and sea, and life itself is stifled. I remember meeting somebody in Gaza once, and he told me, you know what it's like living in Gaza? It's like somebody with their hands around your neck that's throttling you until you are about to die. So just until before you take your last breath, and then the grip is released just for you to take another breath, and then they seize your neck again. And this is the daily reality for our brothers and sisters. The crisis, as we've seen, I'm at times just loath to talk about numbers. Like today, subhanAllah, our latest update, more than 7,000 people have died. And that is 500 more than the update we got the day before. Can you imagine? 500 people dying in one day, and the world is... We've seen protests, alhamdulillah, and this is another thing that I think the media such as Hilaal TV has played a crucial role in creating this awareness that this time, it's the first time we've seen the type of protests around the world where Muslim and non-Muslim people have been standing up and saying, no, enough is enough, and we can't carry on like this. And they actually have realized who the victim is and who the aggressor is in this. It's not even a conflict. It's really, let's call it what it is. It's a genocide, right? It's a modern day genocide. So, alhamdulillah, Islamic Relief, we've been on the ground there. We've been working in the Palestinian territory since 1997. We have a permanent presence there. We have an office in Gaza. 60 staff members and hundreds of volunteers that really, on a daily basis, are assisting those needy and the marginalized communities in Gaza. Many times sacrificing their safety and security. At the moment, our teams really had an option to leave. The irony is, on the Monday, after the crisis started, after the Saturday, the Monday, one person that I know, I was with him in Istanbul at the end of September. He actually went back to Gaza on Monday, and this is the commitment from our team, because again, the people that are working for Islamic Relief in Gaza are Palestinians. Sometimes we feel, and we've seen it happen, alhamdulillah, the community of South Africa is very generous, has always been generous, always supportive of whatever projects are assisting needy and marginalized people across the world. But the advantage of having people from the country is that they are from the land, they take ownership, they are there after we leave. We go there, we do a small intervention, then we leave. But when you have a team that is based in Gaza, it makes all the difference. Alhamdulillah, they're working under extremely difficult circumstances. As you know, a total blockade has been imposed. Just over 60 trucks, I think it was 63 trucks, if I recall correctly, of aid has been allowed to go across the border from Rafah. But this is hopelessly insufficient. No fuel is allowed across. 19 hospitals, 46 primary medical care facilities have been forced to stop operation because there's not enough fuel to run the generators. So it's a crisis, but alhamdulillah, like I said, Hilaal TV has played such a vital role. We thank the directors and the staff of Hilaal TV for creating that space for us. Last week, literally every night, we were giving an update, speaking about it, creating awareness. And there's no way we can do what we do without getting support from the community, and we rely on the support of the community and subhanAllah, the community in South Africa, for Palestine in particular. It's a connection that is really
no one else has.
No one else has, really. So alhamdulillah, the work carries on, and Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah, Yusuf, Mohamed, the CEO of Islamic Relief. We'll catch up with you later in the evening, inshallah, Yusuf. Assalamu